everyone, welcome back to my channel. In today's video I'm going to be showing you my flawless, long-lasting foundation and base routine. I feel like this video is like a must-have for when you're going out or you need your makeup to last like all day. So if you would like to see how I get this flawless base and make it last all night long or all day long, then please keep on watching. Okay, so to start off this video, I've already done my eyebrows and eyes, and I'm going to be showing you all my foundation routine and how I make sure it stays on a night out and it does not come off. So if I'm going on a night out and I know I'm going to be going somewhere where it's going to be quite hot, which most of the time it is once you're inside, and at the moment it's summer in Australia, so it's pretty warm. So I like to use a on my T-zone I like to use an oil like control sort of primer. So I like to use the Professional by Benefit, but all you need is basically like that much on your finger, and just pop this in my T-zone. Kind of just where my pores are. Okay, and then second of all, I like to make sure that the rest of my skin is really hydrated. So I like to take just a moisturizer. So the moisturizer I use is the Simple Kind of Skin Light Hydrating Moisturizer. I don't put this on like my nose and stuff though. I'll put this like just kind of around outer area. Okay, so now that that is finished, the foundation that I always use and which I find lasts the best for me is the Too Faced Born This Way foundation. So the shade that I'm in at the moment is light beige. I'm still quite tanned, but my tan is fading a little bit. So normally if I go on a night out, I normally am either warm beige or I mix warm beige and light beige together. Okay, so to apply this foundation, I like to use a beauty blender. I feel like this is the best way to apply this foundation. If you use a brush, it goes a bit patchy. It's already pretty damp, but I just like to put a bit of MAC Fix Plus on it just so it dampens it up a little bit more, and then I just dip it into there and apply it to my face. I like quite a full coverage look, so this foundation is pretty good for that. You can kind of build it up to the coverage that you want. Okay, these earrings need to come out right now. My biggest thing is just not touching your face. Like the only thing I might do is just get a little bit of powder and just like blot my face, but literally I'll just tap it on. I won't be rubbing it all around or anything. If you're watching this, you know who you are. One of my friends does that and it's so annoying. So for my concealer, I'm going to take my Tarte Shape Tape. This one's in the shade Light Tan. No, not Light Tan, Light Sand, sorry. This concealer is very thick, so you literally don't need too much. You can just do like a few dots underneath your eyes. And that's basically all that you need. A little bit on my nose, on my forehead, on my chin, and Cupid's bow. Okay, so now to set my under eyes, I use my Mercier translucent powder. This stuff is quite expensive, but I feel like it's worth it, and I only use this for my under eyes and then my laugh lines. I feel like if you're just using it for that, then it will last you quite a while because you only need a tiny bit really, you don't need heaps. So I always use this. I think this is the best product to set your under eyes, and it literally does not crease. Like obviously you're going to get a few creases because it's your under eyes. Like if you're laughing, you're squinting and all that sort of thing, you're going to get a few creases, but I feel like considering that you're supposed to get a few creases, it literally hardly creases. So the powder that I use to set my face is the Australis Fresh and Flawless powder. I use Darkest Brown. This powder is honestly amazing. Like I feel like I get judged for using this, but it is seriously amazing. It's $12 from Priceline, or $12.95 I think, from Priceline. It's honestly hands down one of the best powders I've used. So I just take it on a big fluffy brush and I just go all over my face and just in like patting sort of motions. I don't swipe or swirl around because that will move the foundation. So literally just pat on the top. Where I put the powder for my laugh lines, I'll push that into my skin, and same with the bottom of the powder that's underneath my eyes, just because sometimes where you've pushed the powder with the beauty blender into the immediate like under eyes, and then the powder's kind of just fallen off onto like your cheekbones. If you don't push it into your skin and you go to like bronze and contour, or when you wipe away your under eye bake, it can go patchy because there's no powder in that section, but there's powder in the rest of the sections, if that makes sense. Kind of makes sense. Take a brush and I'll just wipe off this under eye bake. So then after this, I like to bronze, contour and all that sort of thing. For bronzer, my go-to is the Hoola bronzer by Benefit. I feel like it's just such a nice shade. It just goes with every skin tone, I reckon. I just use this on like a sort of tapered brush, and I just use this in circular motions just down my cheekbones. I don't go any further than the outer corner of my eye down to there. And I put a little bit on my forehead as well. Not too much, just a little bit. But I make sure that I use a really light hand with this as well. And a lot of people don't like feeling really matte and like powdered up, if that makes sense. But once you've like at the end of the tutorial or end of your application, I always put on setting spray, and that always kind of absorbs any extra powder that you have on your face. And also like give it probably max half an hour after I've either done your makeup or you've done your makeup yourself. Your natural oils of your skin will start to come through and kind of start giving it a bit more of a dewy look anyway. Like I prefer my makeup the most after about an hour, because that way all the powder has kind of been soaked up, and like I've got a few like a bit more I don't know, like your oils just come through in your skin and they just kind of give you like a bit of a glow. You're not going to look oily, but obviously everyone's got oils in their skin, so that kind of like comes through a little bit. So if you don't like being too powdered, then I mean you don't have to put as much powder on as what I did, but I do feel like it does help with the foundation and your makeup staying on perfectly like for a long period of time. So I'm just going to take some bronzer. The bronzers I use is the MAC Give Me Sun and MAC Gold Deposit. These are like my favourite bronzers of all time. Just pop a bit of the matte gold deposit over the top. This just gives a nice sheen to the face. The blush that I am obsessed with at the moment actually is the Hot Mama by The Balm. It looks really pink in the pan, but it's actually not. It kind of just gives you just gives you a nice glow and flush like to your cheeks. So for highlighter, my favourite highlighter at the moment is the Becca Champagne Pop highlighter. But this highlighter is just such a nice colour. It's more like of a goldy sort of colour, but it just looks so good. And to further enhance that highlight, because why not, I use my Inglot Sparkling Dust. I'm pretty sure this is number 2, but the number has rubbed off, so I genuinely don't know, but I'm pretty sure it's number 2. Okay, and the last step of my foundation routine is to set my foundation. So, or set my whole face. I got an itchy nose. And what I use to do that is the Kat Von D Lock-It Makeup Setting Mist. This stuff is honestly amazing. I do use the Urban Decay one as well, but this one is much finer as it comes out onto your face. And yes, so yeah, that's my routine for my foundation. Yeah, like I said in the video, my number 1 tip for making your makeup stay on all night is definitely not touching your face, or trying not to as much as possible anyway. Definitely if you feel like you're getting oily, then just kind of, even if you just take a small brush with you or whatever, and you can just lightly dab with the brush, don't circle it and stuff. But yeah, I feel like if you do follow those steps and yeah, try not to touch your face too much, then I feel like yeah, basically I feel like if you follow those steps and you don't touch your face too much during your night out, then your makeup is going to stay on all night. So this is the end of the video. I hope you enjoyed this little tutorial on how I get a flawless base and make it last all night long as well. My next video will probably be this eye makeup look, so keep an eye out for that, and I hope you're all having a good day, and I will see you next time. Bye!